Come on. We're going.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Keldeo Studios, while fog is often is used to deal with rendered instances on older consoles. Yes, but that's not the purpose of it in either this or BFBB. The purpose of the fog in both of the games is simply to add to the visuals. Because you can turn off the fog in Dolphin, and it, like, literally does not hide a fucking thing.
That's my favorite line ever.
In Akira, so you can't change the music in movie? Yes and no. No, in a sense of, it's possible, but it's definitely not worth it. Like, my Rainbow Road mod, most of that mod's storage comes from the music. And it's the same reason why Phantom Road doesn't have it. Like, I'm pretty sure Rainbow Road having custom music at all is the reason why I can't have it for Phantom Road. The Xbox version might be possible, since it's just Wave. But I have not seen anyone try. And the last time I tried to edit the audio, it, like, crashed. Like, hard crashed.
Yeah. That's just the thing with, you know, modding a game without the source code, is that, it's often very sensitive to changes.
And with movies specifically on GameCube, the only reason the audio is so hard to fuck around with is because it's FSB. And it's not even used in a very effective way. Mario Fan 04, have I tried any Kim Possible games? Honestly, I did not know Kim Possible had video games.
Like, I think it's likely that once BFPB gets decompiled, it's more likely that people are going to port movie stuff into BFPB rather than trying to mod movie.
And like shit, that's technically possible right now. In fact, Second Strike did it, albeit very unoptimized.
Yeah, once it becomes it's like how instead of modding Sonic 3 and Knuckles, people just mod Sonic 1 into being Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Yeah. Speaking of that, one of the first Origins mod I ever saw, for those who don't know, Sonic 3 in Origins is built off of the version of the retro engine Mania uses. Which, yes, all of the Christian Whitehead games use different versions of the engine. It's not the same engine.
I think it's like the 5th version of it.
Yeah, like Mania and 3 uses the 5th version, 1 and 2 uses the 4th, and CD uses the 3rd. The first two were for his own fan games. Anyways, someone ported Studiopolis to Sonic 3 in Origins, and it looks so cursed.
I gotta see.
Like, it looks really cursed. Yes! Oh, that didn't... Okay. And so I'm just going to say this ahead for future reference. From this point on, if I get any questions asking if I've played X game or tried any X game, more than likely the answer is going to be no.
I'll answer them instead.
Yeah, Ethan will answer them instead. And he'll answer if they have the manuals.
My answer is yes, and it sucks.
Alright. It's time for probably and arguably the biggest change to Encore's update. I said that, oh my god, that's horrible!
I'm gonna download that.
Christ almighty! Anyways, I mentioned that what I did to the floating blocks was they were all mirrored and they were faster, except for the third one, which was just mirrored. I did not speed it up for this update. You'll all see what I did in a second. And it is like this for the whole level.
I should bring ice skates next time.
Akira, have you played BFBB?
What's BFBB?
Yeah, what's this BFBB you speak of? What is that, a kind of lotion?
Where can I buy it? Walmart finally put BFBB Rehydrated into the clearance section.
I'm shocked it wasn't. The game was practically already on clearance. It was $20.
It finally got there. I think I bought it for like $7 on PC. Like physically on PC at Walmart.
Have I tried Paper Mario 64? Okay, I think you guys are just fucking with me now.
I already own it on Steam though, so I have an unused CD code for BFBB.
Got that. I know about that. That's so dumb. It's like buy the PC version physically, you get a Steam code.
Well, you get a disc with the game files on it, but
okay, so you still technically get the game. Okay.
Yeah. It's just that you do need Steam to play it.
Oh. Didn't watch the point. Jokes aside, goddamn. Hey Josh, yeah, I'm enjoying myself. Getting dizzy with my own mod.
Oh, I hate this. Make this box stop.
While like the PC version of Rehydrated's in my head, someone in the modding server, again this was before I joined, played 1.0. I want to say it was Tetrax because he just did 1.0 Cosmic Shake. Man, Rehydrated 1.0 looks bad. And I don't mean like it looks like it plays bad, I mean it visually looks bad.
Yeah, it took a few updates.
And like the textures loaded in fine, but like there's so many objects missing. Like the crystals and jellyfish caves did not exist until the day 1 patch. Like the caves were pretty barren.
I really wish I could play an earlier version of BFBB Rehydrated because I miss when the boss chambers would just be empty.
Where are we at, Jess? We're in Shell City Dead Ahead. And we gotta go back later at some point. In fact, I might just do that right now because it's like DX. I get warped to the panel. This is a 100% playthrough, and I've kind of ignored No Weenie and Rock Slide because they kind of kicked my ass earlier. So I'm gonna go ahead and try again, and hopefully I don't suck ass.
You only have a
Paper Mario 64. I miss when Paper Mario was good.
Straight to the point. Meanwhile, TJ is going like, finally! SBS 10 animation, hello. Welcome to the stream where I suck at my own mod. We have punch in the corner. Don't drink it though, someone put rat poison in it.
You're telling me a rat poisoned this punch?
God, we need Will. We're at the point now where we can't think of anything to say. Then again, not like he'd contribute much. I'm sorry, Will, but I'm calling you out if you watching.
Seeing this level at daytime, like, I'm lost. I'm confused.
Yeah, I brought it up earlier. I tried to give this one proper lighting before I joined it. But, like, I tried to do it before I added it, but, because, you know, I did that with Kelp Forest recently.
Yeah.
But I literally could not do it with this level. There's so much baked in red. Like, this area right here where I'm at, all the sand in the background was like blood red. And like I mentioned earlier, I couldn't simply just take out the red, because then there'd be, you know, a very greenish hue, but I then couldn't take out the green, because then it would be blue, and I couldn't leave the green untouched and remove the blue, because then it would be yellow, and then I couldn't remove the yellow, because there's no way to remove yellow.
Make it all yellow.
And if I removed everything, then the level would be completely black.
Frankly, improvement. Do that.
Oh my god, that was close. This isn't the one that has different playstyle options, right? I have no idea what you're talking about, Josh. Like, what mod are you thinking of? Because it's not this. You thinking of Sock mod?
There's a mod with different playstyles?
Kind of. What Sock mod does, and you had to wait for an update for this to happen, was there's a New Game Plus in that gives you all of the moves, all to them.
Mm-hmm.
And throughout the whole game, you have access to 2 custom power-ups. One of them's literally just the Smelly Sundae reskinned, and the other's like an instant SpongeBob.
Oh.
And in New Game Plus, you get both of those at the start, too. Just be aware if you ever do go in that mod, though, because, there's 1,000 socks. But it was really fun, actually. It's literally just OG BFBB with more socks and harder bosses, which seems like a fucking requirement in this modding community, I swear.
I don't get why Purple Lamp keeps mapping the jump button to the A button on Switch.
Oh no. Oh, don't die. Rehydrate. I'm just gonna wait to read the chat until I'm done, because I'm almost done and I don't want to fail.
Well, that's just wrong.
Come on! Victory, thy name is Koopa! Akira, it was me! I put the rat poison in it. How dare you? We don't serve punch with that toxic shit in it. We serve punch with mouse poison in it. SBS 10, if you think Rehydrated 1.0 is bad, what did you think about the current update of Rehydrated? The current update of Rehydrated is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Like, and then right under it, Rehydrated is bad.
Which is just plain wrong.
Yeah, like, I hate to be that guy, but you're wrong. No, I kid.
Like, even if you prefer the original to Rehydrated, like, it's not different enough for you to say it's outright bad.
It was a movie mod with different play styles that you could... You know, it might be an iPie mod, Josh. It might be one of iPie's mods. Because that sounds like something iPie would make. But yeah, like, I don't get the hate for Rehydrated. And keep in mind, I'm not a BFBB purist at all. Yeah, I grew up with the game, but, like, I'm not a purist for anything. I don't get the minds... Like, I don't get why you would want to be a purist. Because the thing is with Rehydrate, and this is just for remakes in general, if you're a purist towards something, why are you getting the remake at all? Like, that's my question for people who just prefer the original by default. And I know there's a lot of changes in Rehydrated that people just didn't like. like how they made the game easier, but at the same time, you gotta realize the remake's not made for us. The remake is made for kids of this generation who, if you have not noticed, suck at games. Would you rather play Rehydrated over the Cosmic Shake? Actually, I would rather play Cosmic Shake over Rehydrated.
I've not finished Cosmic Shake yet, so I don't know if I prefer it over BFBB. So far, I don't. But I do like it.
I definitely don't prefer it over BFBB. Like, just over, like, counting Rehydrated and OG and all that. But in terms of, like, which one would I rather play more, I would honestly rather play Cosmic Shake more. That said, like, I won't look at Rehydrated and go, "Heh, ew. Get that away from me. It's vile. It's rotten." Baxter Bunny, the Cosmic Shake bosses. Yeah, you know, we were talking about it earlier. Yeah, they're mid. I don't think that's a hot take. I think everyone agrees the bosses are just mid. The final boss is just outright bad, and it was way better on 1.0. It looked way better, too.
I really don't like a lot of the enemies, because so many of them have health bars and are just annoying to take out.
Yeah. Like, everyone says, like... I know, this might not be a hot take at all. Worst enemy right here, the bathtub guy.
Oh, fuck, I hate him!
Like, it's not even because he's hard.
Worst.
Like, it's not even because he's hard to take out. He's not. He's really easy to take out, but he takes so long.
It's because, like, he's invincible for so long. You have to hit him 3 times?
Shit. Josh, Cosmic Shake was good, but some of the gameplay elements are so mid. Like, the game is great, but it needs improving. I'd agree. Like, there are some parts that definitely need improving. I couldn't tell you which parts, because I've only beaten the game once. But there are some elements that definitely need improving. But, like, I brought it up earlier, too, you know, like... And Tetrax is actually the one who made me realize this. The reason why Rehydrated came out the way it did, and the reason why Cosmic Shake is probably going to suffer the same fate, is because Purple Lamp simply does not have enough control. They barely have any control over their own projects. THQ Nordic is the one telling them what to do, and in turn, Nickelodeon is telling them what to do to tell THQ... Jesus fucking Christ, man. I've not made that jump twice now.
Which is really sad.
But, like...
Because...
And, like, I still... am in the boat of saying if Rehydrated was not rushed for the third movie, which ended up getting delayed anyway, we probably wouldn't even need the updates. But, like, we could still be getting updates if Nick would let THQ Nordic let Purple Lamp. And Cosmic Shake, it's probably going to suffer the same exact fate. Like, for all we know, this update we had now is probably going to be the only one we get. Simply because Purple Lamp does not have the will. Like, they don't have control. And I'm almost willing to bet if they would just give Purple Lamp control over everything, we could possibly get the best SpongeBob game ever made. Because they have shown twice now that they have the potential. Their potential is just held back.
It's really sad that like, generally now, license holders are a whole lot more strict about what the game's like. But I can tell that Purple Lamp is filled with a lot of people who are very passionate about it.
Josh, I do kind of miss Cosmic Shake, to be honest, but I also miss Rehydrated more. I prefer the visuals of Rehydrated. I actually agree. I prefer the visuals of Rehydrated. I think a lot of the areas in Cosmic Shake don't look all that great. That said, though, there are some areas where Cosmic Shake looks really good. And some areas that just look exactly like Rehydrated, because it just uses Rehydrated assets. Like, if you showed me a screenshot of Downtown Bikini Bottom, if it wasn't for the costumes and the enemies, I would have just thought you showed me a Rehydrated screenshot. But then you got areas that look amazing, like Wild West Jellyfish Fields, areas that just visually look really cool, like Glove World, and then you got areas like Goo Lagoon that just look like they have their soul sucked out. But then you also get areas that look really good, but don't look like a damn thing like they're supposed to represent, like the sulfur fields.
I find that it's really weird, almost like Fate, that Cosmic Shake ended up being very much rehydrated as the movie game is to the original.
Yeah, like, we were bringing that up one time on the server, and we also brought up how both games have mermaid characters that are very much not on your side. Like, I know story-wise Mindy is on your side, but gameplay-wise, fuck no she ain't. She's locking shit you need.
She just stays home.
Josh, Pirate Gulagoon looked the best to me. Now, I bash Pirate Gulagoon. Here's the thing. It just doesn't look like Gulagoon. The level looks good.
It really doesn't. I'll be frank with you, when you said the Gulagoon level, I wasn't even sure which one you were talking about until someone said Pirate.
Like, the Gulagoon level looks good, it just doesn't look like Gulagoon.
Great job, guys.
And, like, a lot of people were bringing up, it should have just been, like, Graveyard. Because that is a pirate level, but at the same time, that's why they didn't pick Graveyard, because it was already a pirate level.
Yeah, the whole point is that it's like a different universe.
But, like, Medieval Sulfur Fields, here's my stance on that. The level looks amazing. It really, especially the forest section. It makes me want more original locations, actually. Like that forest section alone. But it just doesn't look like Sulfur Fields, and to be absolutely fair, they didn't have much to work with. Like, the only thing Sulfur Fields about the toxic gas fields that resembled it was the background. And I remember when Tetrax was streaming 1.0, we brought up the point on how, you know, like, Sand Mountain and Murmelair and Graveyard, they got completely left out, and Dream was left out for obvious reasons. You can't really do Murmelair because, you know, the creators can't really use Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy anymore. How would you incorporate Dream? And Graveyard is basically just Pirate Gulagoon. So, solution. Instead of Sulfur Fields for the medieval level, make it Sand Mountain. Make it like a snowy medieval level. And that actually would have been really cool. I never really liked how people called it a spiritual successor. Well, by technicality, it is. But at the same time, you know, that's how I feel when people say movie is a spiritual successor. Like, yeah, on paper and fundamentally, it is. But at the same time, that's not what they were going for.
I see. I mean, it kind of checks all the boxes for being a spiritual successor.
And the way I see it with, like, successors and whatnot, if it's not called BFBB2, it's not called... If it's not called BFBB2, it's not BFBB2.
I just mean, you know, it has the same graphics, using the same engine with similar moves. I mean,
Baxter Bunny, how do you make a good boss fight? Make it fun. I'm not the person to ask about boss battles.
We are not game design majors.
Yes, what I say, we are not game design majors. I do not make fully custom shit. Like, all I can really say is, make it fun.
Like, I don't know, like, don't make it one of those bosses where there's, like, 10 minutes between each time you can hit it.
Yeah, don't do that.
There's nothing I hate more in bosses than when they have long invincibility times.
Like, don't make it too long and bullshit, and definitely don't do what Sonic 1 8-bit did for Green Hill. Oh my god, finally someone agrees with me with Pom Pom. I fucking hate Pom Pom. I hate the Pom Pom fight, because it takes so long. It's unironically better in 1.0, because it's so short. Well, I say that it's pretty much the same length, but you don't fight nearly as many enemies, which makes the fight so much quicker. And again, Final Boss, just in general, on 1.0 is way better. It looks way harder, and the visuals are very different. Like, in the final game, it's just in, like, one of the loading screens, pretty much. And the lighting is about the same there. On 1.0, though, it's very clearly in, like, the Jellyverse. But the only source of light is a portal that's behind the final boss. Everything else behind you is pitch black. And it looks really good. It looks so sinister and ominous. Like, I wish it looked like that in the final game.
Starting to wish I didn't update my game.
Well, good thing you did, because from what... and to be fair, he played the Switch version, so I don't really know for certain. Those are pretty much the only things that are better about 1.0.
Oh. I do have the Switch version. Like, that's what I bought the collector's edition for.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
I got that. I've recovered financially, finally.
God, at this point, since I have no idea if I'm going to get a college grant ever again, if I ever do buy that deck, I have no idea if I'm going to ever financially recover from it. And that being said, my allowance is pretty decent lately, because I'm doing, like, every chore in the house, pretty much. But that was also by my own choice, because, fun fact, time for an embarrassing Koopa story. One day, there was a mosquito on my wall. Not even a mosquito hawk. And this was before I found out they were, like, actually useful to have in your house.
Here's your reward. You earned it.
Instead of getting my shoe and putting it on my hand and slamming it, I kicked the wall. And I don't know if you've ever used your legs before, but those are typically stronger than your arms.
Typically.
And I kicked a hole in my wall. The hole is still there, by the way. But like, I told my stepdad to save my ass that in return, like, to punish myself while also being useful in the house, I would do every chore. And no one was doing their chores at this point to begin with. I was the only one doing them. So I thought, you know what? I'm the only one doing this shit anyway. So just pay me to do all of them. And surprisingly, he agreed. And surprisingly, he wasn't that mad about me breaking a hole in the wall. Probably because I offered myself right there. But yeah, there's your embarrassing Koopa story. Good lord. I need more of my fizzy Jesus juice.
All of mine's in the fridge because I'm waiting for it to get cold.
But anyways, yeah, I get paid like... I used to get paid like $20 a week, but now, because I get my allowances through checks now, I have been for a couple of years. When my stepdad does that, he has to write off like taxes and shit. So now we just wait till like X point in the month for me to get it all. Which means I get about $100 a month now. So essentially, I get a worker's paycheck for doing jack shit. Well, except not really, because I do have to earn the money. Lately, I finally bought imported game soundtracks.
Nice.
My first two I'm buying is... There's this guy on eBay who had a couple games that just fucked my run right there.
Oh, yeah. If I only got $100 a month, I'd be screwed.
Oh, I'm not good at holding my money. Like, at the start of this month, I had pretty much all of my college refund, which was over $500. And I was doing really good, actually. Because I'd gotten it the month prior. And I was doing really good at holding it. Like, I always went into stores with a budget, you know, spend only $100. And that lasted until my parents started taking me to thrift stores. And
Yeah.
I don't hold back in thrift stores. I really don't.
That happened to me too. I love thrift stores. But I don't know, I've gotten to a point where I'm really starting to run out of things to spend $2,000 a week on, or a month on.
Which is why I didn't really hesitate when they did take me, because I thought, well, okay, well, there's not much I really want to get from flea markets, because for movies, I prefer to get them brand new if possible. Unless they're, like, really old. Like, I was searching for the original DVD release of Shrek, because if you buy the Ultimate Collection, which has all the movies and stuff, the DVD version specifically for Shreks 2, 3, and 4, they are the original DVD releases. Shrek 1 wasn't. Shrek 1 was the anniversary release. And when I get DVDs, I try to get the original releases because they are very nostalgic to me. Well, that's pretty much why I thrift for old movies. I can get nostalgia back for dirt cheap. Also, good luck watching One Piece, Josh. If you want to watch the rest of this stream when you get the chance, the archive will be going up probably later this week. It was just going to be One Beast, but we had too many screw-ups. So it's just going to be split into parts. But anyways, what was I saying before the thrift topic? Oh yeah, the soundtracks I bought. The soundtracks I bought from this guy on eBay, he had a sale going on. I wanted to get 3 things, but I ended up just getting 2. What I got was his last copy of the Super Mario Odyssey soundtrack.
Ooh.
And what I think is a brand new sealed Sonic Frontiers soundtrack. That 6 CD beast of a soundtrack. If it's not new, it's very... If it's not new, he said it's, like, very good. Because let's face it, you're not going to find a lot of new sealed things on eBay.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to get them as soon as I got my allowance, because that sale ended today, actually. And the Frontiers album, specifically, was, like, on his store normally $80. And I got that shit for $50. But that was on top of another deal he threw on yesterday. So I actually got it for like $40. And I got Odyssey because obviously it was the last version, and his was like the only version I found that was normal price. The third thing I was trying to get was Colors Ultimate's soundtrack, because you know, I don't care if this is a hot take, I still think most of that soundtrack is great. Like, the only things that are, the only remixes that were objectively bad were Sweet Mountain. Or as I call it, Sugar Free Mountain. Because, good lord, those remixes are very much not sweet. No! I need to add checkpoints to Rock Slide, because I'm not winning this now. Well, back to Shell City dead ahead. Oh my god! I'm looking at our server. So, if you didn't see earlier, Ethan, Wilcon, the guy I keep talking about, actually joined. Yeah. Guys, it's so shocking a lot of the modders are joining. Like, all I need now is Sheriff the Great to join, and my life will be complete. I will die a happy man. But, Wilcon changed his name to Joe Biden.
One of the holy grails of my collection still is that imported copy of, Japanese Wii, Creature from the Krusty Krab.
Why the Japanese Wii version, out of curiosity?
Guys, it was the first one to come out over there. I was just so
Oh
intrigued
yeah,
by
that's
it.
right. I forgot about that. Creature's the first ever weeaboo. Creature from the Krusty Krab is the first anime SpongeBob game. And it's sure batshit crazy like an anime too.
It's all subtitled and still in English.
Oh my god. Wait! That's why Latte was saying it's the best version! It was either Latte or Chatter. They kept saying the Japanese PS2 version was the best version. I'm like, really? A version you can't understand? I didn't know they didn't dub it.
If you do not like the motion controls, the PS2 version has bug fixes that the North American PS2 version doesn't have.
So that was another reason. Yeah, like the whole time I was going, why would you prefer to play a version of a game you don't understand? Only now I'm finding out, oh no, they can understand it because it never got dubbed. Yeah, that's news to me.
I want to buy a Japanese PS2 version as well, but I didn't get it while I had the chance, and the only version on Japanese Marikari right now is a version of the game without a manual.
Oh. Poor. You do not have good luck with manuals.
It's either that or I think I had the choice between manual, no manual, or disc only. I mean,
oh, I hate that shit when you find a game that's in brand new condition and it's disc only.
Yeah.
Like I hate that because I used to actually hunt for Mario Kart Wii because I really do want to play Custom Grand Prix for that version, but like you need a copy.
I've got.
And like
I got mine for $5.
God damn! Everywhere I find only has them for like 80. And like I want a version with the case.
Yeah.
Like I don't want a disc only version because like don't get me wrong, I can very much print my own covers. I don't want to do that though. Not for a game that I don't want to get a custom cover for.